Hey y'all, it's me, Cogiflector. This is going to be a short one this morning. It is a couple hours later than I am aiming for. And actually, this looks much better on the phone. Anyway, I just got back from helping someone move. I couldn't think, I have a list of things to do on this channel to talk about, but one thing my wife was mentioning after that last one was it was too much of a rant. I'm not really trying to say that I'm right in any of these things. I'm trying to get people to stop and think with reason and logic. Many of you will probably disagree with what I say half the time or more. The idea is, can you discuss why you disagree in a logical way? That is a skill we are missing in society, in modern society. And in fact, one of the things I'm going to talk about sooner or later is logical fallacies. Not only because we are so trained to believe them, but also because most of the websites that I have seen, most of the sources for information about logical fallacies themselves use all kinds of logical fallacies to persuade people to think the way they do. All of us will at some point, just because they're so embedded now in the way we try to logically think. But we need to try not to. So I'm going to do a thing on logical fallacies at some point. I especially love when they do an example of a logical fallacy, and the example is, actually more of a statement of one of their religious or political positions, and they use a different logical fallacy to prove that position within the example of a logical fallacy, and they're using anyway. I love those sites. That's actually 99% of them out there. So yeah, I'm going to do that at some point. But today, the only thing I can think of is this. Okay, so we just helped someone move. They moved to the other side of town. Actually, they moved closer to where I live. So we showed up with our trucks. They had a U-Haul. We loaded the U-Haul. And then while the U-Haul was driving down with some of the folks to help unload, the rest of us loaded up the trucks that we had and went and unloaded it. And that's not the thing to cogiflect on. The thing to cogiflect on is this. And this is something I need to remember a lot too. There are people all around us all the time that need help with little things like that. Well, this actually was kind of a big thing. But, I mean, people need help. So we need to be available to help them. But then how often when we need help do we ask for it? We have become very good at hiding the fact that we need help. And then we get upset because nobody ever helps us with anything. We need to ask for help when we need it, even if it's little. That gives them a chance to help us. And then they will more likely ask us for help. And then we all get to know one another better. That's just a thought. Something I'm cogiflecting on today because of today's experiences. Thought y'all might like to hear that. Maybe not. But yeah, if you disagree with anything I have to say, let's talk about it. That's the whole point. I'm not trying to promote a particular set of beliefs or doctrine or dogma or whatever, as much as I'm trying to get people to think, to cogiflect, to review those things they've preset in their mind to determine if they are still valid. We all have to have them. Cognitive filters, biases, prejudices, pre-made decisions, whatever. They're all in there. We have to have them to function as humans. But we really, really ought to reflect on them from time to time and determine if they're valid. So, cogiflect on that a little bit. We'll see you next week.